From the NASDAQ market site, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Perry Ellis International's listing on the exchange. With me is CEO George Feldenkreis. Give us a little bit of the background of such a great international company.
Well, Perry Ellis was really originally Supreme International. I am a Cuban refugee. I came here in 1961 and I started to import apparel into Puerto Rico in 1967, and the company was growing slowly through the years, and in the early 90s we developed a product line under the Natural Issue label, which were printed shirts and very nice finish, etc. And we were able to grow sales to a point that we went public in '93.
Right.
With 20 years ago, with $33 million in sales, and after that, with the first time that I had a little bit of money to grow the company started to grow, and today it's $1 billion company and a leader in men's fashion in the United States.
So speaking of growth, let's talk about some trends, because from an investing perspective, we're seeing that rotation into cyclical names like consumer discretionary. So what are you seeing overall in terms of more higher end luxury branding like Perry Ellis is? And also we have Father's Day coming up. How promotional is that going to be?
Well, Father's Day is always the most, other than Christmas, the most important holiday for in the men industry. And the trends are, menswear has been fairly stable, growing fairly stable, as opposed to women. Women has had a few bad years in the last few years. Some of them have been bad years, while men have been growing steadily, even during the '08 crisis. So we see a continuous growth in men's. Men's are now more fashion-oriented than they ever were. As you know, even in plastic surgery, et cetera, men's are going for that. So the trends are good. The issues today are really about where is the consumer going. Where is the consumer, an e-com consumer, is the new generations that don't go as much to the stores, they prefer to buy online, etc. A big segment of the population that don't like to go to shop prefer to shop online. And the segmentation that has occurred in the different, now it's very clear now who is a department store and who is mid-market, as we call them, the Kohl's and Pennies, and which are the off-pricers and which are the discounters like Walmart. So the big question in our business is, where is the consumer going to be positioned? Right. And I think the consumer is really being positioned all over. It's demographics, age will bring changes.
Well, that certainly has been a nice surprise for us on Wall Street, the strength of consumer spending. Let's shift gears a bit. You were talking about the women's brand before. You've seen a little bit of an uptick in that over the past year, and also emerging markets. Where are you focusing your energy there? What areas in the emerging market space do you want to be in?
Well, I think it's important to be the emerging markets. Many of them are no longer emerging; they are fully developed. We have a big presence in Mexico with many of our brands. We're developing a lot of businesses with especially Original Penguin and Perry Ellis in Latin America because of our connection in Miami, etc. It's easier to go down south. In the UK, we are in Europe, we are in the UK with Penguin and Farah. And in Asia, we have some joint ventures in China with Manhattan and London. Women's wear has become better, especially there is a contemporary has become very, very big and growing. And so that will continue to grow also. I think we're looking at a fairly good, this year is going to be a fairly good year for the apparel industry in general.
All right. Well, congratulations on 20 years. Here's
Thank
to another 20
much.
years.
God willing.